A new dawn. Hashtag, I only wish the best for you. Isn't that nice? The next step in our journey. The next step in our journey, the new dawn. You know, Jesus ushered in the age of preparation. So we've been prepping here for 2,000 years. And now this new dawn opens, and the divine dip was perfect this morning for that, because we all are on this journey together, and this song. Every step I take gets me closer. And what's really important is for us to take those steps, because when we are active in our spiritual revelation, we become the true seeker. Sometimes we have to put those books down and listen to the teacher that's within our heart and begin to just follow that guidance, follow that voice to be the true teacher. So the new dawn, I want to share a meditation. We have this nice little book out in the bookstore, and little meditations and poems that is very sweet. And if you want to get it, we've got it out there. It supports our church. And this is called The Age of Light. To usher in the age of light, we all must play our part. Be still and listen closely to guidance from your heart. The time is not to dally or shirk the task at hand, but be about God's business, which sweeps across our land. The work to do important, though attitude's the key, which opens us to brotherhood, the time long meant to be. To lift and to be lifted, allowing all to be unique expressions of the light. This is ours to see. The new dawn, a new way of seeing the world, a new way of seeing our life, the new way of seeing each other as that unique expression of God, and to not just think about it, but take those steps. Every step we take in that consciousness brings us closer to home. We've just walked through the Easter experience with Jesus. If you didn't make some of those services or on YouTube, Cindy did an awesome, awesome job to reveal a lot of the hidden meanings. As metaphysical Christians, we're beginning to understand these teachings beyond the physical, and then take them and begin to use them in our life to understand the metaphysical meaning beyond the physical, and to begin to walk these truths that are within our hearts. And as we open our heart, they will be revealed. We look at Easter, and a lot of sadness and sorrow is expressed on the planet when it was a time of celebration. It was a time of revelation. And to begin to look at what was really happening, the things that Jesus went through, the crucifixion. And metaphysically, the crucifixion, we look at it, metaphysical Christians, as crossing out the world of matter, material world. Because the Christ is love, Jesus was taking us on a journey to live beyond this physical reality. Crossing out a level of consciousness that no longer serves us. Dying to the old to give birth to the new. And I think what's interesting is dying doesn't happen to us, it happens in us. To begin to let those thoughts, beliefs, patterns, identities that no longer serve us die away, so that we can really be that which we came to be. He went through the death process, releasing the reality of the earth plane. Releasing the reality of the earth plane. Don't we say that this is an illusion? Gosh, we say it all the time. This illusion, blah, blah, blah. And yet we just jump right in. Boy, I love playing this illusion. And what happens, a lot of times we get caught up in other people's illusion, other people's dreams. to begin to let that go. This is the effect of a higher thought. Burial, removal from the outer. He was buried to remove from the outer. Remove from the outer. And sometimes when we let things go, accept a new level of consciousness, even a new identity, don't we pull ourselves out of the older world that we used to live in? To pull ourselves out of the old world. It's not who we are anymore. It doesn't feed us any longer. It doesn't support us any longer. And you know what? We don't do any of those things to that old world either. To give ourselves permission to pull out of an old world that no longer serves us, that we're no longer a part of. Accepting it for what it is, but then also accepting us for who we are now. That's the continued growth and evolution of the soul on planet Earth. Resurrection, that's the buzzword. Resurrection, rising to a higher level of consciousness. As we rise to that next level of consciousness, a higher level of consciousness, a new level of self is born. A new aspect of self is born within. Just like that death process within, to let that go within. All the thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that we hold, that we create with, as we let those go. And now we allow for that rebirth in consciousness. So as we begin to embrace, embody, and express the new thought, the new identity, I am, as we continue our walk. And then ascension, to live at that higher state of being. As we lift into a new level of consciousness, to live at that level of consciousness. Live at the level of consciousness. And this is the pattern that Jesus gave us. As metaphysical Christians, we can look at the gift of Jesus' life. You know, too often people miss the life that Jesus lived. And if we don't understand the life that Jesus lived, we're going to miss the ending. We're going to miss the payoff. Because he gave us the pattern to follow. And this is what leads us into the new dawn. This is the pattern that Jesus gave us to follow. The first idea that Jesus gave us was to make God the predominant attitude in our life. To make God the prominent attitude in our life. The Father within. The Father within. And for ages, the Father was out there. And so his teaching, it's not I, but the Father within who doeth the works, who speaks the word. To allow that to begin to express through our beingness. To understand God and I are one, what does that mean? Jesus says God is our Father who is in heaven within. To let that be the predominant attitude of our life. Because we've made the worldly way the predominant way of our life. We followed the outer. And now Jesus asks us to follow the inner. This leads us to the new dawn. A new dawn. New means something unexpected or something we haven't experienced before. A new dawn, to wake at dawn and not expect to see the same thing, not expect to act the same way, not expect to talk the same way, to even be that same person. The new dawn, the new day, to be born anew. It's a powerful concept to begin to introduce into our consciousness and then begin to introduce it into our world, into our manifestation. This is a new dawn. To live completely contrary to the way of the world. To be in the world, but not of the world. The path of the Christ leads us to the new dawn. We're asked to surrender to Spirit. To surrender to Spirit. The Spirit within. I am Spirit. To take those words from our mind, I am Spirit, drop them down into our heart. And when we say, I am Spirit, breathe and feel. Feel the energy of those words. I am Spirit. Powerful words. I and the Father are one. I and the Father are one. When we close our eyes and breathe and say, I am the Father are one, the energy just starts radiating through our whole body, through our temple. We begin to cleanse the temple with that God vibration to move out the old thoughts, patterns, beliefs. We seek to fill our body with light and love, and yet it's filled with holes. And those holes are doubts and disbelief in old patterns and memory. So we're asking to be filled with love and light. Fill me with love, or show me with light, fill me, fill me, fill me. And we got these doubts. Oh, who am I? I'm undeserving. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bad. And it just leaks out. We get in this process. We run around and round, looking for God, when God's within. And we let go of those patterns that no longer serve us. The truth that no longer serves us. So now our love can grow strong within us, and we can become that radiant love and light I am. Surrendering to Spirit. And when we surrender to Spirit and go within, we begin to live from our heart, to begin to think from our heart, to begin to act from our heart. And as we come from our heart, we create with awareness and love. When we create from our human mind, we create from duality. And duality takes us out of oneness. That's the fall of man. We're in oneness, in harmony with God, and in the fall of man we go into duality. For there's only one presence, and it is God. But we create lots of thoughts, and then a lot of thought forms, and a lot of elemental energies. But to begin to go back, the Father within. There's one presence, God. To live from the heart. We're being asked to live from our heart now. All the stories we have of Jesus the Christ, he always lived from his heart. He always lived from his heart. And he demonstrated that how we could live from our heart. Follow me. But to live from our heart takes faith in the Father within. And then when we walk, that's called living faith. To begin to walk the talk of Spirit. And to begin to live with integrity. When we live with integrity, our intentions are always clear, perfect, and direct. When we live with integrity, we say what we mean and we mean what we say. To thine own self be true, and surely as the night follows the day, thou canst be false to no man. To thine own self be true. To the Spirit I am. The Spirit I am. To be true to your Spirit, your Holy Spirit. To Spirit be true. And thou canst be false to any man. And be here now. Be here now. The now is the place where the impossible can be possible. The past has had its day. it's a memory. The future is an expectation. Might happen, might not. To take the now that we have, the eternal now, be here now. Who am I now? Doesn't matter who you were yesterday. That's what that born again thing's all about. To let go of our mistakes, our mess ups. Whatever we judged as less than, we can let that go to be here now. To hold our vision high. If thine eye be single, I look for that one light, God, the one presence, and that showers down through me. And then to express from that consciousness that day, that very day. When we're tied to the past, we're tied to limitations, repeating patterns that really served no one now. They may have served in the past, but this is now. To be here now. To recognize our brothers and sisters now. Not how we recognized them a year ago, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. To recognize who we are now, to recognize what the world is now, and what everyone else is now. Haven't you ever asked anyone for permission to change? Can you see me differently? I've changed. I ask people that all the time. Because I go through a lot of crazy experiences. I just apologize to everybody right now. So give me permission to change. You see? That's the key of living in the oneness of God. You see, there's no judgment. It is. That was. I am now. That's the new dawn. To act differently, to see differently, to be differently. Letting go the past memories. Letting go the future expectations. You know, we live in a free will quadrant of this universe. And that's a very interesting concept. And we all love free will ourselves, don't we?
Yes.
We're asked to give free will to everyone. That's the kicker, you see. It may come as a surprise to us that we don't know what's good for someone else. We're trying to find out what's good for us, and then to follow that inner guidance. And when we find out what's good for us and who we are, and try to follow that to the best of our ability, just find out and take our spirit to here and then start living like that. That's the most wonderful gift that we could give to anyone. Because once we begin to do that, we give people permission to be who they are, and we love them, accept them, and you know what? We don't have to fix them. We don't have to carry them. Love them. Because when we allow our love to radiate from us, our energy will transcend our words. Because we've allowed God now to flow through us. And then the God energy can quicken within the heart of another to begin to see and understand who they are, maybe, or patterns that no longer serve them. Recognize and honor the love within you, within ourself, but to recognize and honor the love that's within all. Omnipresent means ever present. To take the definitions from here, that's what that means. That's a new dawn. That's what that means. To understand that everyone is in their perfect place for their soul. And we're here on a soul journey. We're not here for Madison Ave, matter. We're not even here for our ego. We're here for our spirit. We're here for soul. To just understand we're on a soul journey, it gives us a whole new perspective of who we are and what life's all about. And to learn to be still in the silence. That's what we share with people, how important it is to meditate, to take that time, to get away. Like in the stories, Jesus always goes to the mountaintop. He gets away from the crowds. Goes to the mountaintop, analogy of higher consciousness. Or go to the closet and shut the door. Too much noise and chaos out here. I want to sit in silence. I want to sit in stillness. When we sit in the stillness, we can begin to clear our mind. And when we clear our mind, our heart can begin to speak. Until we sit in silence, the clatter and chatter overrides the still, small voice. Doesn't it seem practical that we'd have to be in the quiet to hear the still, small voice? Be still and know. As we begin this journey of the new dawn, the age of light that we're all asked to participate in, to see the uniqueness in our brother and sister on the planet, and celebrate that. Celebrate it. We are one. When we recognize that our personal good coincides with the good of everyone, our light begins to grow. That's when we can use that phrase, win-win. Yeah, we can have a win-win relationship, situation, life. It's a new way to live on this planet. This is how our light begins to grow and radiate out. Begins to reveal the truth I am, the unique light I brought to the planet. And all of us are unique in our expression. And the world needs every one of us. That's why we're here. You know, God doesn't make any accidents. We're all here by divine appointment. We're on planet Earth at this moment in time for divine appointment. To be the unique expression I am. And if we don't know what that is, go into the stillness and the quiet. And just surrender. Just surrender. And we'll get a word, a vision, or a feeling. And then begin to act on that. Activate that. Make God the predominant attitude in all that we're doing. That's how Jesus lived. He demonstrated our potential. He gave his life. He lived his life to demonstrate the potential of man. As we open our heart and allow that energy I am within us to radiate out, that's our gift to the world. We do not have to do anything. We're asked to be. Be here now. Let go of the past lives. Let go of the future planets. We are here by divine appointment. And it's an awesome gift. It's an awesome gift to look around this room and see all the lights to see all the unique lights, to begin to see the different vibrational shades of color and sound, and get to know the different gifts that you've all brought to this little piece of heaven on earth. But we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. And that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. So as we change our energy through the lifting of our consciousness, we begin to truly walk that path, to be in the world but not of the world. And it takes a living faith to walk the walk. But as we walk that walk, we will draw to us that holy company, our spiritual family, that recognizes who we are and supports our uniqueness. What a wonderful gift to give and receive. Let's go within. And as you close your eyes and just breathe in that nice, long, gentle breath. And as you breathe in, ask to feel God's love filling you now. And as you breathe in God's love, take your awareness to your heart and feel your heart begin to quicken. Feel your heart begin to grow. And just breathe and surrender to that inner light and inner love. And as you surrender to it, become aware of your heart expanding, bigger and brighter and more radiant, and that soft, gentle love of God. And just breathe and surrender. And just be aware of waves of love, just radiating out from your heart, just waves of love just sweeping through your body now. And just breathe and just allow these waves of God love to sweep through the body. We cleanse the temple. And from your heart, if there's anything you want to let go, anything you want to heal, allow this love to just wash them away. And as we wash away our hurts and our doubts, our memories, our vessel becomes sealed. The holes are patched with that love of God, so that we can receive all the love that we would seek, and even greater. And just breathe and just feel your body being filled with this love. Feel God's love expanding you now. That your body's overflowing with love, and just feel it. Love just going out and moving through your aura. Cleansing your aura. Just breathe and feel God's love moving out to move through the emotional body. Allowing God's love to move through your emotional body to bring balance and harmony. And then to move out through the mental body to bring clarity and understanding and peace. Just breathe and feel God's love just filling your sphere of consciousness. The truth, the Father and I are one. So just breathe and feel your great expanse. Your ability to access and give greater on all levels. From this higher consciousness. We consciously participate in the age of light, the age of transformation, personal and planetary. So just breathe and feel your unique energy. Just sit there and breathe and feel. What do you feel? How do you feel? Feel your unique vibration. This is who you are. This is who I am. Be still and know. Breathe and feel. Feel your consciousness in your body, back in this room. Feel your feet on the floor. Glad to be alive on planet Earth at this moment in time. And when you're ready, just gently open your eyes and smile. And we say, "Yea, God."
Yeah.
So we go forth just to remember who we are. Here's an invitation. Grab now the keys to the kingdom, O grand cosmic beings, and open the door and enter that land that you're familiar in. The celestial realm welcomes and awaits your return. Yea, God.